assembled teams from the best of Australia's car building and car tuning workshops to see who can build the toughest street monster. Our teams will go head-to-head in a final fuel-burning rubber shredding competition. With only 2 weeks to go until the drag race at Calder, the pressure is on. It looks like the boys at Superformance have their work cut out for them.
We've run all the wiring loosely. We're going to pull the engine out and we're going to physically wire the engine on a stand so we can get all the injector lines really tied up near the injectors, so minimal conduits will be seen. We're going to hide all the plugs. So basically, while he's doing that, we're going to do a slight mod on the firewall. We've had to change the distributor. Basically, it was fouling on the supercharger, so we're going with a crab cap style distributor now. Only issue with that is the coil lead's going to foul on the firewall, so we're just going to have to make like a little notch in the firewall, which is not what we were hoping on. We wanted to keep it nice and clean, but that's just how cookie crumbles.
We've had a few problems fitting the Dizzy into the engine with the manifold on. We found a bit of a casting issue in the manifold, so we've had to pull it back off. We've had to die grind it and give it a bit more clearance, so our Dizzy will fit in there nice and easy. When you build a car, you fit things probably 2-3 times, pull it apart 4 or 5 times, and it's just sort of one of those things, like because of the application and we moved the engine as far back as possible and got it as low as possible, we're going to run into a few little hiccups along the way, which is not a big issue with the crew I got on hand. It's quite simple to make rectifications and quickly modify stuff. This is the intake air temperature sensor. It was in the front of the injector hat. It sat outside the bonnet. It was very ugly. So we've capped that there and we're going to put it into the lower half of the manifold, which is going to be better there anyway. Reading the intake air temperature off the charged air is better than having it up the top. The charged air will always be hotter, so you're going to get a better tune.
The interior of it is very 80s looking. They've obviously been done a long time ago. We're going to bring it more in style with the rest of the truck. We're going to colour match the stitching. It'll be a black interior at this stage, but yeah, the interior, the sewing and all that with it, we're going to try and match the rest of the painted parts of the car, which is going to be a fair use of paint inside and outside. So yeah, it's going to have to be a fairly close match to look right.
You're going to, like, if you screw it on, you're going to see the screw heads, that's all.
We've gone to fit the starter motor. We're having a bit of clearance issues with the headers. We're going to have to modify the headers, cut a section of pipe out and remake it just to go around the bottom of the starter motor, set it beside it. That's custom cars for you. Nothing's guaranteed to fit. Everything's modified, everything's custom, so you don't really know sometimes until you get into it. Yeah, constant problem solving.
Next up, it's time to put the 440 cubic inch beast of an engine into the GTHO.
Today we're going to put the engine in the car. Paulie unfortunately isn't coming in today. I could have done with his help, the engine install. You could always use some hands there. Luckily Frank had a quiet day today and he's popped in and I'll use him up.
It's not every day I just step in and give Sash a hand, but I think he was in need of some help underneath the car and stuff, just getting those extractors lined up and that. Got into the car scene probably more than 25 years ago now. That's probably when I met Sash. And yeah, I was a mechanic then, and every now and then I'd come and see what Sash is up to and what projects he's got going.
Yeah, I've got all the dash fascia in, all the gauges are wired up, all the wiring is done, the roof lining's gone in, the sunroof's gone in. The engine is 440 cubic inches. It's got a Dart block, it's got Scott Cook heads, it's got T&D shaft rockers, it's a solid roller cam, JE pistons, scat rods, scat crankshaft. all the goodies to make horsepower. We're running a fair bit of compression in this, 12.5 to 1. We're going to run it on pump gas. It's got a 950 Holly HP. We're just taking our time with this just to make sure we don't wreck any of the nice paintwork and scratch the engine or the engine bay or break anything, whatever. Not like the old days. I've seen some photos of guys installing engines at the factory where they had the motor and gearbox all together and they would just ram it straight in there. They'd smash the back of the gearbox against the firewall and damage the radiator support. No one really cared about anything in here, you know. It was just the motor. I was just checking the gasket alignment against the head and then against the extractors as well, just to see that this surface will be making contact everywhere. Normally you could run the gasket without putting any sealer on it, but it doesn't hurt to just put this on there and be 100% sure that it won't leak. Look, a lot of this stuff is self-taught. There really isn't a school that's going to teach you how to do this style of work. General mechanical servicing, brake changes, things like that, yeah, you'll go to tech and you'll learn some of this stuff, but this stuff here is really specialised and sort of more self-taught. It just comes with time and experience. We've been working on this all afternoon. We've sat the motor in. There's actually no gearbox in there. There's no radiator, as you can see. Wiring and fuel system is all plumbed up. And we just can't wait any longer. We're going to just go ahead and start it now. We just want to hear this thing, and then we'll just finish off putting the other stuff. So we're going to run it for a few seconds. It should start and run. The distributor's in the right spot, I believe. This is the first time we're starting this. We've got the little chap inside. He's about to turn the key. You can't see him over the dash, but he's in there. Started first kick, sounded pretty good. The little mechanic in there tells me all the gauges were moving in there, so that means something's going on. Next is we're going to put the radiator in the hoses, put some water in it. Then we'll be able to start it and run it continuously for a little while, just to check the timing and just get some water circulating. Play around with the carb a bit, give it a few of these, a few revs, and set the timing up, and that's it, done. Then it's just keep going with the rest of it.
These cars are getting more rare and it's getting harder and harder to build a car of this quality. It's only going to get harder to actually build a car from scratch.
Coming up on Rides Down Under, the spies are out. Pizza delivery, anyone? And the VFSS is getting a full set of Fulcrum suspension upgrades.
Pizza delivery. My name is Apolli. I bring in the pizzas all the way from Geelong for you boys. I bring in the pizza, the best pizza in Victoria, all the way from Geelong. Do you want the pizza? Who ordered the pizza? You
That's
boys
a good outfit you've got on, good camouflage there. Wouldn't have picked that in a million years at all.
Who are you? Who ordered the pizza? I put the pizza over here.
Yeah.
No.
Just put it down over there, buddy. Hey, Luigi, the door's that way, buddy.
You meant to go through the office. The table, I'll put it on the table.
No. That's fine.
Nothing to see here.
There's nothing to see here, mate. Nothing to see here.
What's the Jeep? Who's the Jeep? What Jeep? Who's the Jeep?
No, this is a Ferrari, mate.
Where do you want the pizza?
Yeah, on the bench. Yeah, you can put it up there. You put it up there.
Stop looking, buddy. There you go, boys. I'm bringing the pizza all the way from a Geelong.
Yeah, thank you.
That's all right. You look. You eat the pizza, I leave.
Sure. Sure you do.
Okay.
Sure you do.
Thank you.
Just wait, out.
Oh, the Jeep, huh? Turbocharger?
Nothing to see here.
Sorry, buddy. Sorry, mate. Just, yeah, we'll just put that down, yeah. Security! Doors that way, security! Get the dogs out. There's something going on with your mate. There's something's not quite right with your moustache.
Hey, good pizza, Geelong boys. Is the pizza good? Good pizza. I tell you, boys, the best pizza in Geelong.
I'm not worried about some old dinosaur car, you know, trying to, you know, keep up with the latest technology. I mean, firstly, you know, when you look at the old Falcon, I mean, what is it, 1970s? Like, yeah, 71. Crikey, I would have been about 2 or 3 years old then.
Oh, yeah, in their defence, I think they might have come a long way as far as the engine goes. So,
and the guys with the C10, I mean, those guys, are they for real? Like, I heard they actually did the chassis as well, like the whole lot. I mean, I'm feeling a bit guilty because really all we did was put rods and pistons in an engine and, you know, put a supercharger on it. But they're actually the real deal, aren't they? Either that or they're showing off. We're not getting judged on the, you know, how, you know, clean it is underneath or, you know, how good the paint job is. Is that your understanding?
I don't even know what the rules are.
So I'm feeling pretty cocky. I'm feeling pretty comfortable.
Oh,
yeah?
Yeah.
You?
Yeah. No, look, I think we've built a good thing. I think what we've built is something that appeals to the masses. People don't want to. A lot of people don't want to build a motor. They want to put rods and pistons in a car.
What are you having a go? What?
I'm just saying that, you know, like not everyone's got you know, deep pockets.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
With our VF SSV, the Crow camshaft that we're fitting, as well as being a custom grind, can be used in an automatic car with a standard converter. Really punchy through the mid-range. It's got great top end. The supercharger is belt-driven off the crankshaft. There's 2 rotors inside the supercharger. They twist together. It compresses the air. The air pressure builds up inside the supercharger, inside the inlet manifold. So as soon as the valves open in the engine, that compressed air is forced into the cylinder. You get a bigger bang and a lot more power. If you get the air in, you've got to get the air out. So we're going to fit a DeFilippo stainless steel exhaust system. We're going to run with 1 7/8" primary pipes, 3-inch collectors and a twin 3-inch catback. It'll also have high flow catalytic converters in it to keep it road legal. We'll also ceramic coat the headers as well. Fulcrum have come to the party and given us a set of adjustable teen coilover shockers. What a coilover is the spring is mounted over the shocker and it's adjustable. So we can adjust the ride height to whatever level we want. We can change the rake of the car and they're just a fantastic handling shock as well. As part of the suspension package, we're also fitting Super Pro roll control sway bars. So we'll have less body roll in the turns. We can't have all that power with standard brakes, so we're going to upgrade the factory brakes. We're the Wilkinshaw agent for Geelong and the surrounding suburbs, so we're going to fit the Wilkinshaw brakes. They're a 370mm front rotor, so a lot bigger rotor, 345mm rear rotor, 6-piston front calipers and 4-piston rear calipers. So with the brake package, we're also going to fit braided brake hoses. The reason we're going to fit those is the factory rubber brake hoses, under heavy braking, they swell, and you lose a lot of that pedal effort just in the hoses swelling, and that pedal effort isn't being transferred to the calipers. We're doubling the power, and look, sometimes when you double the power, the factory LSD will start to open wheel. It will start to just spin up one wheel. So we're going to fit a Harrop TrueTrack LSD diff.
We've got the diff centre out now. Split the rear housing off it. The carrier will then come out. There to pull the original gears off the carrier, fit the gear to the new centre, refit a set of new bearings, shim it back up. Now just refitted the diff centre with the new bearings and the shims back into the diff. We're about to reseal the housings, bolt it back together, tension up and ready to go back in the car.
It's the best diff on the market. It doesn't matter how much power you put through it, it will still spin up both wheels. And they're very progressive as well. So it's not like as soon as you put a bit of pedal into it, it locks both the wheels. They are quite progressive, so you can feed the power in out of a corner without locking both the wheels up and you know, giving you oversteer. Yeah, very good diff.
Next up, we smoke up the tyres big time and go drifting with Josh Robinson in the HBF Maloo Drift Ute.
Drifting started off in the mountain passes of Japan. It's called a toge, which funnily enough is what I have on my hat. And from there it developed into local competition in Japan and then spread to the US and Australia. It's a judged sport. It's based on angle and proximity are the major two keys. The lead car has to stay on what the judges give you as a judged line, and it's the chase car's job to emulate that lead car with the closest proximity possible. So I started drifting 4 years ago in Japan, and then I approached Rob at Horsepower Factory in Australia with the crazy idea of building this carbon fibre bodied Holden Ute, which he, surprisingly enough, warmly came on board, and we got started on that. He'd seen the success that I had in Japan, and obviously Australia being my home country, I really wanted to compete over here. So they came on board to build this car for me, and they also helped a lot in the build and the development of the US car. So that was really nice to have that recognition and appreciation from them for everything that we'd done over the previous couple of years in Australia. They obviously saw enough value in that it was worth continuing to help fly the flag for us and build the engine and other ancillaries for the car that went to America. The initial build was around 8 months, and it's been a thing of development ever since then. Making the carbon fibre body and then putting on the Walkinshaw supercharger. The steering development that we did with Dark Energy Race Engineering has been pretty phenomenal, and we're starting to get it to where we kind of want it to be. But of course, as soon as we get it to where we want it to be, we find something new and keep on chipping away at that. We have a 12-month build in mind, and we just set it up in stages in terms of what we want to achieve each month or each quarter with it. We look at our budget for the season and how much time we have to put onto that development, and then we go from there. So even now we have a good idea of where we want to be by the end of 2018. We've got 5 months now in the off-season from America, so we can start working away at all the development we wanted to get done, what we just learned this year and where we want it to be for next year. Typically, the competition dictates what type of tyre you're allowed to run based on the weight of the chassis. So in most competitions in Australia, I'm restricted to a 265 tyre. In some competitions, I'm allowed to run a semi-slick. In ones like Vic Drift here, we have to run what's called a street tyre. So it's a much heavier wearing tyre. In America, with the same weight car though, I'm allowed to run up to a 315 semi-slick. So it's a very, very big tyre, lots of grip, which is good for the power and the weight of that vehicle. I really enjoy competing in Japan. The style of cars was a lot different. They don't have that many imported vehicles. So I drive a Toyota JZX 100 Mark II over there with a big laggy turbo. So it's a very difficult car to drive, but very rewarding. Overall, I find the tracks there to be very fast, but also very technical. Kind of different to the US tracks where they're very fast, but a lot more open. In Japan, more technical, faster switchbacks, and get on door, and it's good fun. So in 2018, I'll keep on campaigning my ute in America, get back over here and do as many events as I can as well, and hopefully pick off 1 or 2 in Asia as well, just to round out the year. Formula Drift has a worldwide TV circulation of 360 million, somewhere around 125 million online, and usually between 15 and 20,000 people per event. So our championships just finished, and it was my debut year, so I finished 4th overall, which I was happy with. We were in with a shot to win the championship, but unfortunately, as fate would have it, that wasn't our year, which would have been a nice way to finish off our rookie season. But we've got big plans for the off-season, and we're looking forward to 2018. Unfortunately, I think 5 years ago, it would have been very, very difficult to make a living out of it. Even 10 years ago, definitely. 5 years, starting to become more of a thing. There are a handful of us around the world that managed to make a living out of doing it. So yeah, going forward, I think we can make it a thing and keep on flying around and doing glorified burnouts.
Next week, it's 24/7 for the crew at Superformance. They have a month's work to do in 5 days. Will the C10 make it to Calder? The guys at HPF and GPC are doing final testing to see who'll be number 1 in the Workshop Wars Drag Race Challenge.
No, none of that.
If you think you've got what it takes to be part of Workshop Wars, contact us for our next season.